Good morning, folks. I'm glad you're here. My name is Chris, and this is the Sons of Sever YouTube channel, where there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad gear. This is day 3 of our adventure vlog 1 part 2, and we're starting it off with a morning run in our retro runs from Vibram. So let's get started. Mile 1 is down. Feeling pretty good in the retro runs. Definitely a little bit different than those Peluva Strands. Definitely much thinner. We'll see how my feet feel after 2 more miles. Say bye-bye, lake. We won't see you the rest of this run. And that's okay. 1.5 miles. Vibram's doing pretty good. Or Vibram, however you want to say it. No gorgeous sunset today. We're up a little bit earlier this morning when we usually want to be up, but still a gorgeous view before the sunrise. 3 mile run felt pretty dang good. Honestly, to begin with, the retro runs felt kind of rough. They felt like my feet were just slapping the ground super hard compared to the Peluvas. And I was worried about that because they are significantly thinner, almost half as thin as the Peluvas. But after the first mile, it seemed like my feet got used to it and I didn't have any issues in the last 2. So I'm gonna keep pushing the distance with these guys and seeing how far really is my breaking point. We're gonna do our best to fit these last 3 days of this vlog into this one video. So off to work we go. So I only have 117 stops. And as you can see, that light up there is yellow. It's usually red at this point. When it turns green, I can leave. So I'm gonna get sorting. Fooled myself into thinking that Wednesday was going to be light. Wednesdays aren't usually light, and it's not. Lots and lots of big stuff. I only have like 160 stops, so it's nothing crazy, but we have 2 drivers on vacation and 2 more drivers that called in sick. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to do about 60 more stops in the truck next to me. So probably not going to do a whole lot of B-roll for this work day. Just going to try to make my way through it. See you on the other side. So we're about 2 hours in, 80 stops, and my system's just updated from 160 to 180. So this is gonna take us a little bit longer than we thought. Almost done with route number 1, and then we get to hop trucks and do about 30 more stops. There are not a lot of things worse than getting out of an empty truck and then going to get in to a truck that has more packages on it, except maybe going out and doing all of your deliveries and emptying your truck and then having to come back and fill that truck back up and then go out again. I've had to do that. Right now I'm feeling like they are similarly bad. All right, let's see what we're working with. Not great. Could be worse. I am exhausted, so I'm probably just going to go lay down for the rest of the day. If I do anything interesting, I'll make sure to bring you along with me. On a more positive note, my feet feel fantastic, so go Vibrams. Good morning. It is a beautiful day 4 of wearing nothing but toe shoes for the week. And here are my V-Treks that I'm gonna wear to the gym this morning. Let's get after it. Love these things, but it's time to change. You know, the first day I got these, I actually thought that they were the least comfortable pair that they sent out. And now, I actually really like them. I think this is the only barefoot shoe that I've come across so far that actually might need a little bit of break-in time in order to make it what it's meant to be. We'll talk more of the details of what I really think of all these shoes tomorrow at the end of the day as the very last thing. Now let's go to work. Sorter's already gone. Not a lot of stuff on the side of my truck. Not a crazy amount of things in my truck. I think it's gonna be a good day. So we're looking at 184 stops today. Definitely some big stuff, but the nice thing is once I'm done, I don't have to hop over to the next truck and do some more. So still feeling good in my V-Trails, so that's fantastic. Let's get to work. Are y'all getting sick of the slappy thing? What would be a better transition for you? Until I figure that out, we're just gonna stick with it. Asphalt, no problem. Rock gardens, ain't no thing. Concrete, no big deal. Grass, forget about it. Super nice underfoot. And last but not least, probably most importantly, great on metal truck floors. Oh, hey. We're done. Solid work day, 185 stops, 39.75 an hour if we're getting very descriptive. 4 hours and 41 minutes of drive time, 6 hours total work time. So not bad. One more day to go as far as work goes. I'm gonna head home and I'll see you guys later. We're just at gymnastics now, walking around to keep him entertained, and I am out here in the Peluvas. So much fun. Honestly, they've got a little bit of drip, don't they? They aren't half bad. Well, I think that's gonna be the end of day 4, and it was a good day. Had some exercise, some work, and some family time. So I will see you in the morning. All right, I lied. I had some time to go and walk the doggy and get a little bit of drone footage as well. It's actually just hanging out over my house, but I'll show you some of the cool shots that we got. So obviously working with the Gills hoodie again. It is super comfortable, keeps the mosquitoes off, which was the main thing I was after tonight, because when you're walking down by the lake, the bugs are copious. Last thing we wanted to do was get some footage of us walking around in the V-Trex. So I'm gonna go home, do some editing, and then I'll see you in the morning for my morning run. Can you guess which pair of toe shoes I'm going to wear for that run? If you can, go ahead and leave it down in the comments section and you will get kudos. See you tomorrow. Good morning, folks. We are going to finish the week very similar to the way that we started it, and that is with a run in the Peluva Strand. Here we go. You're not gonna be able to see them before I spook them, but there's a couple deer friends up ahead. They just went down into the brush because they saw me coming. Ruining my run time just for you guys. Capture this moment. Beautiful nature. Anyway, back at it. Oh, there's 3. Can you see him bounding down there? He's running with me. Slogging through it, bro. Nice. I am never gonna finish this run because there's too much wildlife out here. That one's not wild, but he is dang cute. I'm not sure I've mentioned this yet, but I deliver for FedEx in the city that I live. So I run it in the mornings, and then I get to see all the houses that I'm gonna deliver to later twice. Kind of quirky, but I'll be honest, I love it. Peluva's going strong today. We're pushing for 4 miles. Cloudy today, so no sunrise, but we'll look at where it's supposed to be because Utah mountains, just gorgeous. I hope you enjoyed today's special broadcast of Chris's morning nature run. We will now return to our regularly scheduled broadcasting. On a more serious note, the Peluva Strand feels a little bit more comfortable to run in than the retro runs, just because they've got that extra padding in there. It absorbs the shock from your feet slapping the ground, and we'll talk about this all more a little bit later. But first, let's go and get our truck sorted and get on with our work day into our V-trails. Nice. 180, it's looking like. Let's see what our scanner says because it knows better. 181. So I'm gonna set up one long time lapse, get after it. I'm gonna leave a lot of time at the end to talk about the shoes. I'm gonna be honest with you, one of the most satisfying feelings in my life is coming back to the station nice and early in the day with a big, wide open, empty truck. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've now been wearing these guys to work for 2 weeks, and they may become a go-to work shoe for me. They felt really good, and I really like what they've done for my toes. They've kind of forced my toes to spread out more and become a little bit more independent, and I kind of really like that. They're also a very interesting conversation starter with people as I'm making deliveries. People like to talk about them, ask about them, all that stuff, which is interesting to me because have you not seen Vibram 5 fingers before? I feel like most people have, and obviously most people don't buy them because they're kind of quirky and interesting, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. For now, let's just go home. 5 full days in nothing but toe shoes, and I want to give a little breakdown of how the week went overall. Well, but I want to give a little overview of each shoe and what I thought about it throughout the week. So we'll start out with the Black Sheep from the different company, and that is the Peluva Strand. I really liked this. The extra stack height in a toe shoe is actually very nice, whereas with Vibram, thinness is the name of the game. This is going for a little bit more of the comfort of a traditional shoe, still giving you a relatively minimal sole at 9 millimeters, and obviously the separated toes and 0 drop. So all the things that you want in a barefoot shoe, but a little quirky. It's very light. I think it lends itself well to running. The sizing wasn't perfect for me. This is a 10.5 from them. I am a true 10.5, and it's a little bit long in the pinky toe. My pinky toe will come out of this if I'm not wearing socks, and I've actually found that double socking makes these fit even better. But I actually really like these for running, not so much for lifting. I don't like the extra stack height for that. I want something that's closer to 6 millimeters. So in the future, a recommendation I would give Peluva is to make a even more minimal sole version that's for lifting, and then a thicker sole version that's for running. So moving on, let's go to the Vibram that I actually wear the least, but I really like. I think it's the most comfortable one, and that is the V-Trek. It looks a little weird because it curls up on itself because the upper is so soft and flexible, which is so nice. This is actually the only Vibram that I can wear barefoot and be comfortable in. The one thing I don't like about it is the laces, though. I wish that it had the bungee pull tabs that the other two have that Velcro down. I thought those were really quirky at first, but now I realize that that's the detriment to this. It makes it really hard to get your foot in it, which deters me from wearing it more. I would wear it more if it was easier to get my foot in it. I've lifted in it and really liked it. I need to run in it some. I haven't done any running in it to see how it handles there. The next least worn Vibram is my Retro Run, and I really want to like this. But the issue is actually the insole. So the insole, for whatever reason, on most Vibrams actually goes up to here. So kind of closer to where your toenail is. For whatever reason, this one ends like right here. And right there is like right under the meat of my big toe. So Eric and I are both getting calluses and blisters from that. And if you run enough and you get that specific blister, which I've gotten in other shoes, you will get a callus. It won't bother you anymore. So it might not be the biggest deal, because I really like these otherwise. They're very nice, and I would run in them way more often. I'm going to anyway. I want to see how far I can push these, but the thinness is really hard. The shock on your feet from wearing these is really tough for long distances. So we'll see how they keep going, and we'll give you a full review in the future. And then the V-Trails. These were actually my least favorite ones when we first got them. I put them on my feet. I was expecting them to be comfortable like my other barefoot hiking specific shoes that I have from like Lems that are very, very comfortable. And they weren't. They're extremely tight and abrasive. They feel aggressive on your foot. And what I found out is that they need some break-in time. You got to get these things wet. You got to wash them. You got to wear them out in the lake. And after a little bit of love and wear, these actually become very nice with a pair of socks. Wouldn't wear them barefoot, which a lot of people do. A lot of people wear Vibrams barefoot. I'm always going to wear socks with these guys, but they definitely broke in, and they broke in nice. And I am dead serious about what I said earlier. These may become my dedicated work shoe. So we'll see. Some more testing is needed, and a full review is on its way. But that was my week in barefoot shoes. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed the vlog style, the little deeper dive into my life specifically. I hope it was entertaining for you. If you liked it, like and subscribe. Head down to the links in the description and check out all of the affiliates that we are currently working with. Stay tuned for more of this in the future, and then also all of our social media links will be down in the description. Strava, Instagram. Eric has his own YouTube channel. I have another YouTube channel that focuses on firearm industry stuff, and an Instagram that goes along with that. As always, we catch you in the mountains.